welcome you watching the Wednesday edition of This is Exclusive with me, Shavan Sen. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a point in time when the parties, the Gupkar parties in particular, were basically arguing that AFSPA should be removed. There was a major hue and cry that was taking place in Kashmir. Today, when the government has already indicated that very soon AFSPA could be removed, you have the political parties, the same very political parties, in a catch-22 situation. Will they admit that the situation is changing in Kashmir? It is the Naya Kashmir of Naya Bharat. All this and much more. This edition of This is Exclusive, but up first, these are the headlines we're tracking for you at this hour. Home Minister Amit Shah hints at revoking AFSPA, says the centre trusts Jammu and Kashmir police to handle law and order issues. Order on Kejriwal expected anytime now. Big setback for Samajwadi Party in UP. Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav opts out of poll race. Election Commission of India issues show cause notice to Supriya Srinath for her sexist slur on Kangana Ranaut. Congress parliamentarian Pratibha Singh, also Himachal Pradesh Congress chief, bows out, exits Mandi days after Kangana enters battlefield. After Rekha Patra, Krishna Nagar candidate Amrita Roy gets Prime Minister's call. Prime Minister tells her all black money seized by Enforcement Directorate will come back to the poor of Bengal. On 5th of August 2019, the abrogation of Article 370 reshaped the course of Kashmir's history. What ensued was a determined endeavour by the Indian government to quash the spectres of propaganda, terrorism and separatism that had cast a long shadow over the region. The aftermath of 5th of August witnessed an unmistakable shift in India's approach towards Kashmir. With unyielding perseverance, the sentiment of separatism has gradually waned off. The post-5th of August era in Kashmir is marked by a profound transformation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the government, in all likelihood, will take yet another big decision, that is revoking of AFSPA. Now, what could that mean? And what effects will it really have? And especially for the political parties, the Gupkar parties, who've always been arguing that remove AFSPA because it is draconian. Now, when the government has decided, it is only an indicator that things are changing. It's no longer the same. And on all possibility, Jammu and Kashmir police will now be looking after the law and order situation in Kashmir. So that is a clear indication of the fact that the government believes that the situation has certainly normalized. Take a look at this detailed report of what we are calling Naya Kashmir of Naya Bharat.
जब मैं जम्मू और कश्मीरी बोलता हूं तो पीओ को इसके अंदर ही आता है। एक सेकंड भाई सुनो तो, सुनिए तो आप मुझे बोलने नहीं देंगे। आप मैं स्पष्ट करता हूं माननीय मंत्री जी प्लीज। मैं जब जम्मू एंड कश्मीर बोलता हूं माननीय सदस्य इसलिए एग्रेसिव हूं कि जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के पीए को आप भारत का हिस्सा नहीं मानते हो क्या? एग्रेसिव ना हो, जान दे देंगे इसके लिए। क्या बात कर रहे हो आप? एग्रेसिव होने की क्या बात कर रहे हो? जान दे देंगे इसके लिए।
5 years after, the Union Home Minister announced the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir. The centre is now likely to take yet another major decision for Jammu and Kashmir. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, in an interview to a publication in J&K, said that the central government will consider revoking the Armed Forces Special Powers Act in the valley. Amit Shah also said that the government has plans to pull back troops from the Union territory and leave law and order to the Jammu and Kashmir police alone.
1947 के बाद जम्मू कश्मीर को जख्म देने का काम कांग्रेस ने किया जब आर्टिकल 370 और 35A को लागू किया। नक्सलवाद बढ़ा, अलगाववाद बढ़ा और यहाँ पर 45,000 से ज़्यादा लोगों की मृत्यु हुई। अनुच्छेद 370-35A को हटाकर नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जम्मू कश्मीर में विकास के रास्तों को खोला है।
आर्म फोर्सेस हैं या सुरक्षा बल हैं, उनको सभी को तभी हटाया जाना संभव था जबकि हालात सुधर जाएं। आज कश्मीर में स्थितियां बदली हैं और पत्थरबाजी, अलगाववाद, आतंकवाद, भ्रष्टाचार, इन सभी पर लगाम लगी है। तो स्वाभाविक बात है कि भारत सरकार सोचती है।
5 years on, normalcy is the new normal in Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir has seen a sea change after the repeal of Article 370. At the heart of its transformation lay a rigorous crackdown on terror funding. Kashmir also witnessed a sweeping altercation of its socio-economic landscape. The echoes of hartals and band calls have faded into history. AFSPA empowers armed forces personnel operating in disturbed areas with powers to search, arrest, and to open fire deemed it necessary for the maintenance of public order. An area or district is notified as disturbed under the AFSPA to facilitate the operations of the armed forces. If removed, this will be a big step forward for Kashmir. However, for the opposition, it's a catch-22 situation.
जहां तक अफ्सपा को हटाने की बात है, बिस्मिल्लाह करके आज ही शुरू करिए। जब कहते हैं कि हालात बिल्कुल नॉर्मल हैं, जब कहते हैं कि मिलिटेंसी खत्म हो चुकी है, जब कहते हैं कि अब अलायदी पसंद सोच रही नहीं और जम्मू कश्मीर के हालात इससे ज़्यादा बेहतर कभी थे नहीं, तो इंतज़ार किस चीज़ का? पहले ही कर देना था।
गवर्नमेंट खुद कह रही है कि सब कुछ ठीक है, तो जब सब कुछ ठीक है तो फिर सोचना क्या है? हटा दो।
नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस मानती है कि जो पीस है वो प्रिवेल हुई है।
पीस गवर्नमेंट के नज़र में है। हम अपने हिसाब से देख रहे हैं कि वो जिस तरह लोगों को पीस लगता है वो है नहीं, लेकिन अगर वो समझते हैं कि इसको हटाया जाना चाहिए तो एक गवर्नमेंट के लोगों के हित की बात है, इसे हटा देना चाहिए।
Don't take it seriously. What Mr. Amit Shah is saying is not a serious thing, and just he thinks by making such statements he can deceive the people of Jammu and Kashmir. He can hoodwink the people of Jammu and Kashmir at the time of elections. That is what I point out. Mr. Amit Shah is not sincere. Home Minister, this Union government headed by Mr. Modi is not sincere, honest to the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Jammu and Kashmir's historic journey has ushered in a new chapter in the valley's narrative. And if AFSPA is removed, it will only act as a catalyst to the development in the valley. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Well, there was a point in time, ladies and gentlemen, that almost every week there were hartals, bands that were called by the separatist groups. That has completely changed. You speak to any Kashmiri, they will be telling you the fact that their children are now being able to at least go to school. Joining us on this broadcast is the former DGP of Jammu and Kashmir, SP Vaid, who's actually seen that very period when it was absolutely very, very difficult. Over to you, Gursimran, as you take this quick question with Dr. SP Vaid about what really has changed.
Yes, Shavan, Dr. SP Vaid has seen this very closely in 2016 when he was the DGP of Jammu and Kashmir Police. Dr. Vaid, you have seen the situation and now the change that has taken place. Union Home Minister has said that the government will be reviewing the AFSPA. How do you see this step?
I think this is a very welcome announcement by the Honorable Home Minister, and people of Jammu and Kashmir will welcome it. And a beginning can be made for a phased withdrawal of AFSA from certain areas which have not seen terrorist incident for quite some time. You can, for example, Jammu region, there are districts like Kathua, Samba, Jammu, Udhampur. I think it's high time that these districts, the AFPSA is withdrawn, and some of the deployments are also reviewed, which Honorable Home Minister hinted. And I think it's a welcome move of the government, and people of J&K would be looking for this. In fact, most of the political parties have been demanding phased manner withdrawal. But one point of caution which I would like to mention is J&K is a border state. Pakistan is down. But the deep state of Pakistan, there is no change of intentions. So we have to be very, very careful while taking such a decision.
So Shravan, Dr. Vaid saying that with caution, this is one of the steps that everyone is welcoming as this moves. It tells that the security apparatus has changed on ground. The situation has changed towards the peace, and it is the high time that there should be a phased withdrawal of the AFSPA. Shravan.
Well, as I've been saying, that the Gupkar parties certainly find themselves in a catch-22 situation, because all this while they've been demanding that AFSPA should be removed because it's draconian in nature. If they actually welcome this very move that has been made by the government, then there is also an acceptance from their part that things have actually changed in Kashmir, something that they've been completely shying away. This is the question that was asked to Mehbooba Mufti's daughter by my colleague Zeenat. Listen in to what she had to say.
Well, as far as PDP and Miss Mufti is concerned, we've always stood for revocation of AFSPA, you know. And whenever she spoke about it, she was derided as an anti-national, and we welcome this move. But having said that, the proof of the pudding lies in the eating. So what our apprehension is, like everything else, जैसे जुमलेबाजी करते हैं खास तौर से इलेक्शन से बिल्कुल पहले, you know, in the months leading up to the elections, this feels just like an empty slogan. And if the Home Minister indeed wants to follow this up, he should start by releasing journalists. There's so many journalists who are currently behind bars, thousands of young boys. I believe in the same interview, he spoke about how, the government of India wants to engage with young Kashmiri men. Well, he should know that the Home Ministry has, because of its PSA orders, it has slapped so many Kashmiri young boys जो अभी जेल में सड़ रहे हैं under UAPA, under PSA. तो आप अच्छी शुरुआत तो आप कह रहे हैं आप करेंगे, तो let's start by releasing them. They're not there under any solid grounds. They're under trials, and bail should be the norm. It should be the rule, not the exception. But we definitely welcome this view with this, whatever he said, his statement. And PDP has always stood for revocation, of AFSPA and the gradual withdrawal of army from civilian areas in Kashmir. Even during Mufti Saab's last tenure, when we lost him, unfortunately, in 2016, he worked for Tattu ground, for the army to vacate that ground so that it could be transformed into a public park, into a public space. So we welcome this move, but we fear, our apprehension is that it is just that, it's a jumla. जैसे हम 15 लाख आपके अकाउंट में डालेंगे इलेक्शन से पहले, हम ये अजीब जुमले सुनते हैं. So let's see, let them walk the talk and then we'll see.
This was also one of the basis of your alliance, PDP's alliance with BJP, when the alliance was stitched, as far as the AFSPA was one of the points raised by Ms. Mufti.
Which they also agreed upon.
Yeah.
Let it be very clear that in our agenda of alliance, the BJP agreed, to the revocation of AFSPA. But see, Zeenat, that's exactly what I'm saying. When it comes to, saying things, they make all these tall claims and they build these sand castles in the air. But when it comes to implementation and execution, it's not there. It's lacking. And abhi they understand कि हाँ elections चल रहे हैं, BJP की हालत जम्मू हो या कश्मीर हो या लद्दाख हो, they are not looking good. They don't look very strong electorally. So this could just be a way to mobilize public opinion towards, themselves.
Do you think it is an again election move?
Well, you tell me, what is their record so far? They never walk the talk. They never walk the talk. And we've seen how people were lured by the false promises कि आपके बैंक अकाउंट में हम 15 लाख डालेंगे, 2 करोड़ and all that. But where is that? That has never been. But I welcome the Home Minister saying this, because of course it could mean that he realizes the sensitivity, that this is a huge nuisance for people here, because let's not forget, AFSPA is a...
Let me also get in a quick response from what ordinary Kashmiris have to say about this indication that has come in from the government, because this has a direct impact on the people on the ground. A quick response coming in from my colleague Arawat, who's speaking to local Kashmiris on this decision that perhaps could change the lives of Kashmiris.
Yeah, Sean, absolutely. People here of Jammu and Kashmir have welcomed the statement that was given by the Amit Shah. In fact, I have with me the famous educationist from the Kashmir Valley, Uwas Nanda. क्या कहेंगे इस पर आप जो अमित शाह की तरफ से statement आया?
Yeah, the statement by Home Minister is quite warming. We have been saying that there is normalcy in Jammu and Kashmir, which there is, and withdrawal of AFSPA is a big thing. It's a big deal. Because we have been always bashing the government that if there is normalcy, why are you not revoking AFSPA? So here it is. Here it's knocking on your door that we're about to remove the AFSPA. And also, it also sends a signal internationally, not only nationally and locally, but also internationally, that things are hunky-dory here now. And also, if there is any semblance of anything, things are by and large getting better and better.
What's the big change that you are experiencing from after the abrogation of Article 370?
See, to be very honest, politics aside, there is a semblance of peace, and not just semblance, rather a chunk of peace has prevailed after the abrogation of Article 370. And also, you will see, as you know, I'm an educationist, the schools have been continuously functioning, the colleges, the universities have been continuously functioning, the businesses have been continuously functioning. There are no hartals nowadays, there are no shutdowns, there is no bloodshed. So therefore, of course, there are always lacunas in a democracy as big as ours. The lacuna will remain. But I think this is a very good first step, and we're here to only shine.
How the separatist groups and other will take this call about the AFSPA?
Separatists, they're irrelevant.
So what will be your message for the public, as you can say, about this AFSPA?
Message to public or everybody, they have gotten the message. Once the Home Minister at political stalwart, Home Minister is a political stalwart. Once he has said that we are considering and actually removing AFSPA from Kashmir, this is a big signal for positivity and progress.
Thank you very much. Back to Shavan.
Well, thank you very much, Arawat, for getting us voices of Kashmiris, as they say that separatists have become completely irrelevant, and that's the reality that we are focusing on. Should we focus now to the other story that we're getting you from the state of Karnataka, where Congress is struggling to fend off a rebellion and infighting that's continuing in Karnataka after accusations of dynastic politics. Utter chaos prevailed in Kolar particularly, where multiple Congress legislators and MLCs decided to submit their resignation after the party high command reportedly decided to issue a ticket to a veteran Congress leader K.H. Muniappa's second son-in-law to contest from the Kolar Lok Sabha constituency. Listen to some of the reactions that are now coming in and a ground report from Karnataka.
Now we are seeing that there is an open rebellion against you. Why is this the cause? We are seeing a minister, Mr. M.C. Sudhakar. What exactly has happened?
Did you talk to him?
Yes, I did speak to him.
What he said?
He stated that we are against...
No, he is going to resign.
He told that we will resign if a ticket is being given to us.
He told you?
Yes, he did. Okay. But why is this...
I don't know. I don't know. I am a disciplined soldier of the party. If I am not correct, how the people is elect 7 times? Never in the history, except Jafar Sharif and Shekharana, that too in the difficult time, people have voted for me.
Is
whatever it may be, the High Command will take a decision. We have pleaded, we have appealed to the High Command. Whatever they decide, accordingly will go.
On the other side, can India really play the role of a mediator between Ukraine and Russia? This as when Ukraine's foreign minister makes his first visit to India, expected to land in the national capital in the next 24 hours. On the other side, we get you that special report. Ukraine's foreign minister Dmitry Kuleba is set to visit India for the first time. Kuleba took office in 2020, and this happens to be his first visit to India since the start of the war in Ukraine back in 2022. On top of the Ukrainian foreign minister's agenda is going to be lobbying for support from India in the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and whether at all India could play the role of a mediator. While India has provided humanitarian assistance to Ukraine, India largely has maintained a neutral position on the conflict, one that promotes dialogue and diplomacy as the only way forward. But the Ukrainian foreign minister has one thing at the top of his agenda: to seek India's participation in the upcoming peace summit in Switzerland that's expected to be sometime in the summer. Will he be able to achieve his goal? Russia has clearly stated that no peace summit will ever be successful without the participation of the Russians. Take a look at this report as the foreign minister is expected to land in New Delhi in the next 24 hours.
Days after Prime Minister Modi dialed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba is all set to make his first visit to India. This is the first time the Ukrainian Foreign Minister will visit India since the start of the Russia-Ukraine war.
Standing here in Kiev, in front of Mahatma Gandhi's monument, I'm pleased to announce that this week I will pay my first ever visit to India. A few days ago, President Zelensky spoke with Prime Minister Modi. My visit will further strengthen our relations. Ukraine and India are two big democracies. I'm certain we are set to be good partners and friends.
The visit of the Ukrainian Foreign Minister comes after President Zelensky extended an invitation to Prime Minister Modi to visit to Ukraine later this year. The Ukrainian Foreign Minister is expected to hold high-level dialogues with External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. On the top of Ukraine's agenda is going to be lobbying for India's support for the upcoming peace summit scheduled to be held later this summer in Switzerland. The peace summit is expected to build on the 10-point peace formula of President Zelensky that seeks complete withdrawal of Russian troops, release of prisoners of war, and a formal confirmation of the end of the war, among other things. India has so far not announced its participation in the summit, as the dates are expected to coincide with Lok Sabha elections. Dozens of meetings have been held so far on the peace formula proposed by President Zelensky. However, no solution acceptable to both parties has come out of these dialogues so far. India has maintained its neutral position that dialogue and diplomacy are the only way forward in this crisis, reiterating Prime Minister Modi's remarks to Russian President Putin, "This is not an era of war." Will Ukrainian Foreign Minister's trip create a breakthrough in Ukraine-India relations that can aid the peace effort in Russia-Ukraine war? And will India participate in the peace summit remains to be seen. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. On the other side, big setback for Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh. Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav opts out of the poll race. All this and much more on the other side with my colleague Rakshit.